Good morning, guys. I just started out with a 20-minute interval run on the Peloton. I did a treadmill workout before this. This little activity center is a godsend for Zach and I. We used to not be able to work out with Decker because he didn't really have anything to do, but now he's got all of his little toys. Also, I realized I totally forgot to put the lights on in our basement, so we just had like a little moody workout, and then the run was the last part, so it feels good. I just feel like I get so overwhelmed with like all of the tasks. Like, I have to pump and then give Decker his bottle and then burp him and then change it. Like, there are so many things where I feel like I've been just like feeling too overwhelmed to even do it. And then next thing I know, it's 5 p.m. and time for nighttime routine. Like, so I just have to remember, one, how good it feels to get it in, and two, it is doable. In case you're wondering what it's like to have your carpenter farmer father move just a couple of minutes away from you, I just look out my window and there he is. I don't even know what he's doing. He didn't even tell me he's coming. He never does. He just randomly, like literally like 5 out of 7 days a week, I look out my window and he's doing stuff to our lawn. He had told us jokingly that if we got him a discount on his build, because you guys know Zach works for Fisher Homes, which is the company that my parents used to build their home, he said we would get free lawn care for life. Obviously that was a joke, but it like kind of hasn't been, because he has just been very dedicated to our lawn these days, which our lawn, unfortunately, with Decker peeing in the front yard, killed a lot of the grass. But we actually have a fence coming that my dad is going to install. My dad is just the MVP of life, but that fence is going to be everything for us. We don't have much of a yard in our backyard. It's like our side yard that has like all of the grass, and it's going to be so nice for Asher to be able to run around, Decker eventually, and we have just been putting it off because, oh my, like, we contacted a fence company and like not cheap at all. So very, very, very grateful for my dad. Also, do you guys have any protein powder recommendations? Because once again, this is like a common theme in my life. I buy things in bulk and then decide I don't like them. Like, I've done this with makeup even, and I'm not gonna waste it, especially protein powder, not cheap at all. But I don't really love this stuff anymore. It's the 1UP chocolate. I think the 1UP vanilla is pretty good, but I have really not been a fan of this chocolate. I don't think chocolate protein powder in general ever really tastes amazing. Like, it's just not it. Like, vanilla, I feel like is so much easier for them to do a good job with. And I'm open to like seriously any flavor, as long as it's not like peanut butter. I can't have peanut butter, and then as long as it's not whey based. I can't do whey because of a milk intolerance. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any like solid suggestions. I'm actually gonna add some of this cocoa powder to try to like deepen, oh shoot, and enrichen the chocolate flavor. Okay, that was a lot. This really isn't awful. I just feel like I can find something better. Good morning, guys. It is a super rainy, gloomy, doomy morning. We're actually potentially getting severe weather tonight. I've been trying to like keep tabs on that. And oh my gosh, I never thought about it until like literally this second. Decker obviously sleeps like all the way upstairs. I mean, I know what we would do, but like, wow, I never thought about that. Like, we would have to, even if he's fast asleep in his crib, like remove him from his crib in the middle of the night to go downstairs to the basement. Cause like, yeah, that's the one thing with tornadoes. Like, you got to get as low as possible. I know when I lived in an apartment on like the top floor, I was always very freaked out. But yeah, Zach already like mapped out where we go. It's like the most like interior part of our basement. Today though, I'm super excited because, well, first of all, I'm outside Kohl's. I have to return this dog steak I got on Amazon, which I thought would be cute. Like, Decker and I, if we're hanging outside, Asher can like chill out with us without like me having to like hold a leash. And what is it? My dad like saw it right away. I think it holds up to like 30-pound dogs, up to 35 pounds. That's not gonna work. Like, if we were to get a dog steak for Decker, I keep doing that, for Asher, it would have to be like, he is the strongest dog in the world. It would have to be very, very, very heavy duty, and this isn't gonna cut it. So I got it from Amazon, but Kohl's does the Amazon returns, and I'm going to resist. I'm not shopping at Kohl's, even though I love Kohl's so much. I want to go thrifting today, so I want to hit up a thrift store for me and a thrift store for Decker. What's it called? Once Upon a Child. because I've been getting like the itch, like, okay, spring is here, I'm in the mood, like get a couple of new pieces for both me and Decker, but I want to resist. Like, I don't need a bunch of new clothes. I want to see if I can find anything at some of these thrift stores. It's so hit or miss whenever I go. Goodwill is one that I love. Plato's Closet. I feel like I know within 5 seconds of walking in if it's going to be a hit or not. So we will see. It is Sunday, so I feel like it might be crowded and rainy. So a lot of people might be doing what I'm doing and taking advantage. All right, so they gave me a 15% off coupon and a 10% off for Sephora. It kind of throws a wrench in my plans. I might browse a little bit. I'll remain strong, but we'll see if there's a good deal. I'm still on the hunt for a convertible car seat for him because he's like really about to outgrow the travel one, and I just cannot make up my mind. Like, how the heck is one supposed to decide? I know I definitely want to do a rotating one, so you've got the even flow, also Graco. I don't know. Not really. I'm trying to be really picky with like the clothes I buy and the things I take into our home. I just hate clutter. I hate it. Came to pick Decker up from my mom's, and this is how I found them.
He's in good hands.
My dad thinks that's the car that I'm in. You got the cars confused?
Bye. See ya.
I just took the most magical shower known to mankind due to the fact that Decker is downstairs with Zach right now. Normally I shower with Decker here, which is great. It works, but I have to, be a little speedy with things just out of respect to him. He loves to swing, but only for, X amount of time. He loves it until he doesn't. So when I get the chance to do like a solo shower, it feels so freaking good. I did save though a step that I normally do in the shower because I wanted to show you guys. I recently switched up my skincare. Within the past few weeks, my winter skincare is just so thick. And the other big thing about my winter skincare, I really can only do it at night because I look like a grease ball. What I have been doing these past few weeks, I have not applied anything to my skin. Obviously, I haven't even done my cleanser yet. I feel like my skin tone, my skin texture, everything has been so good. I still do have, the dark circles under my eyes from lack of sleep, but overall, my skin has been looking so good, and I truly owe it all to these two products. This is Typology, which you guys know I'm obsessed with Typology. I've always used, not always, but for the last several years at this point, I've used their tinted skincare line. I don't know how it's taken me so long to just use their regular skincare line, but they sent these over. They are working with me on this video. Oh my gosh, I've been loving these so much. I actually need to re-wet my face for the cleanser to show you guys. What I love so much about this cleanser, and actually all of their products, it's simple ingredients. And I've always thought that like the more things you add, the more things you do, it just is too much on the skin. I actually used to not even cleanse my skin during the morning, which was not great for texture, but I just would break out if I cleansed my skin too much. Not the case with this. I use this morning and night, and it is the best. All Typology products are made with over 80% ingredients of natural origin. This is actually made of 98% ingredients of natural origin, and it gives you this gentle micro exfoliation, especially right here is where I normally get texture, and that has improved so much. And I like that it lathers. Like for me, that is one of my non-negotiables in a cleanser. It has to lather, otherwise I've noticed I can clean my face and then I will like swipe one of these over it and I still have makeup. But with this, I've noticed such a difference in just my overall tone. It unclogs pores, the complexion, and it's formulated with 5% PHA and aloe vera, which are so good for your skin. Now I'm just rinsing this off. And okay, are you ready for the swipe test? So this is just like a cotton pad. I can swipe all across my face, crevices, that forehead, nothing. Like there's nothing on this pad. It does such a good job. And then the 9 ingredient moisturizer, This is just the perfect consistency where it's not too thick. I can wear it in the morning under my makeup. It doesn't make me like greasy or overly shiny or anything like that. But at the same time, it works. Like it's not too thin. And I do have skin that, well, I have combination skin. So I have both oily and dry just in different areas, but the dry really does bother me. And this is truly all I need. It is just the perfect, actually, let me show you guys like the texture. It is just the perfect texture. This contains 99% of ingredients that are naturally derived. Dermatologists tested for even the most sensitive skin, and it's not just about what's in their products, but also what's not in their products. That is probably even more important. But you guys can just see like my skin is loving this so much. And there's just nothing better than having clear skin. I'm not just talking about like clear with like no pimples, no acne, but also like clear in terms of like the texture and like you don't want like large pores and all of that. I've been loving these. So if you guys are looking to switch up your skincare routine, maybe whatever you're doing isn't working, you're wondering if there's something better, I cannot recommend these enough. Seriously, I'm going to have a link below. And with a purchase of $40 or more, you will get a free Radiance Mask with Yellow Clay and Organic Turmeric. I am personally very, very picky when it comes to my skincare. This combo has just been everything lately. So I will have that link below. Cannot recommend this enough. American Idol was supposed to start 30 minutes ago. Zach and I are like just avid American Idol fans, but I have a feeling it's not gonna air at all tonight because we are under a tornado warning. However, when I say we, like our specific county has not been called out yet. If it was, like Decker's upstairs right now, we would have to get him. So we have just been watching this, seeing what the heck is going to happen. There was actually a tornado that was confirmed, like a smaller tornado, but still a tornado, 15 minutes from us just a couple of weeks ago, which is crazy. Like, because you think it doesn't like happen near you, but I mean the Dayton tornadoes, like what was it, like 5 or 6 years ago, were just insane. Like it happened in downtown Dayton for part of it. So you just never know. Obviously, have to play it safe. I cannot tell you how many people, when I worked in the news industry, would call in and be like, why isn't the Price is Right on? Or like, put on American Idol. And like, you'd have to be like, sir, there are lives on the line. Like, really, because I mean, like for someone like me, like obviously I get push alerts on my phone. I get notifications on my phone. The TV isn't the end all be all for me, but especially a lot of our older I love when I say hours if I still work there, but the older viewers, this is truly the only way they know whether or not they have to get to their basement or a safe zone. So as much as I want to watch American Idol tonight, obviously, I understand. Meanwhile, this is my little lair. I've got my carrots, my grapes, and then these I've been starting to eat. It's this cute little, it's like these guacamole pods that really just hit the spot with carrots that I've been loving. And oh my, breaking news guys, I'm wearing my wedding band. I originally took my band and my wedding ring off, like my engagement ring, I don't know, like 20 weeks into pregnancy. It just started feeling tight. I'm someone, like, I'm very sensitive to that though. Like I don't like to feel claustrophobic on my finger. If it's the tiniest bit tight, it's coming off. And then after having Decker, my fingers never returned to normal. A lot of people said that when they stopped breastfeeding, their fingers eventually returned. Some people said they never did. So I'm holding off on getting my rings resized. They're actually 2 different sizes, and I'm so annoyed about it because for the original one we went to, Zach just got an engagement ring. I think he got like a size 6, just like a random size. And then we went to get it resized. The guy was measuring and I was, putting my finger into all the different things. And I was like, okay, like the 4.75 feels great. And he's like, oh, I think maybe a 4.5. And I said, no, please, 4.75. It feels great. And he said, okay. Fast forward, we go to a different jeweler to get my wedding band. That was my engagement ring. They're measuring me and they're like, oh, your engagement ring is a 4.5. No wonder it feels tight, like too tight. Like I don't like it like that. So if my freaking engagement ring could have just been what I wanted it to be, I'd be able to wear it right now. But time will tell if that is the case, and if it's not, if I have to get it resized. Obviously not the end of the world. Guys, we have a bone to pick with Local 12.
No, we don't have a bone to pick with Local 12, but there's all these towns in northern Kentucky that have the same names.
Okay, like so you can see it on the screen, like they have all the towns that they have.
And this one's not even that, like, they're just weird names. One is that just popped up with Sugar Tit. So that's what we call Clancy.
Yeah, but I told Zach, I was like, well, it's not like their fault, but Zach had a good point. You don't need to have every name up.
Well, it's like gotta be the smallest town of all time. Like, just do the other towns next to it, not Sugar Tits.
Not
I know.
tits.
I'm the mayor of Sugar Tits.
They probably do have a mayor.
Okay.
we just did something that we have been putting off for 2 years almost, like since we've been married. And it's done. It's signed, sealed, delivered. There's no going back now.
The bank accounts have been merged.
We are, okay, and by the way, I look so weird, like, because of Decker's car seat, like, my seat has to be moved up, so that's why. You should just move your seat up a little bit.
No, I can't fit.
I look, whatever.
You look weird always.
But yeah, there's no going back now, guys. We finally merged our finances. I know every couple is very different on this. You've got some who do the whole prenup thing, which I tried to do with Zach and me, but he refused.
Oh, yeah.
No, obviously I didn't. And like, honestly, actually, what are your thoughts on prenups? I feel like everyone has different thoughts. Like, no judgment to others, but what are your thoughts? I don't even know your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see a problem with them. Like, the idea of them. If it's like very drastic, then I'd understand where that person's coming from. But then the person basically that's being told, you either have no money or I need to protect myself from you, probably is going to feel some type of way.
You mean drastic, like if you had so much money and I had none?
Yeah, like if I was loaded or you were loaded or I had a ton of student debt or you had a ton of student debt. And there are relationships that have these things occur. Like that's obviously a very normal thing to happen. So it's not weird that it happens. But I would say for the person that would be approaching the other person saying, here, please sign this.
It's like love is blind.
Yeah, like, and they didn't get married, which that's a whole different story. That's like 3 weeks. They knew each other for 3 weeks. So that's not what we're really talking about. It is, but it isn't. I understand it though. Someone, if they feel like they've worked hard and they've made all this money, they don't want to feel like they've been like taken to the cleaners. But I also think if you're marrying somebody, like if they're like a vetted person, they probably wouldn't try to screw you over anyways. Obviously, divorces will get probably a little sloppy no matter what.
Sloppy.
I don't know.
It's just, I get it. Like, I totally get it. But at the same time, it's like going into something being like, hey, in case this doesn't work out is just so... I just can't imagine us, like, I'd be offended.
Yeah, it's tough to be like, well, don't marry someone that you're worried about to have to make them sign a prenup because you may not, obviously, over XYZ amount of years, that relationship can completely get tarnished and soured, and then people are trying to screw each other over. So you can't really say that at the jump. That's an impossible statement. But I think at that time of marriage, you would hope you would feel that way. So like if you're not feeling that way and you're doing it to just protect yourself, then you may not be marrying the right person from like that lovey-dovey feeling perspective. I don't want it to sound like I don't agree with it at all, because maybe there's going to be people out there that are like, they serve a purpose. It exists for a reason, but the psychology piece would be hard to get around.
I know, and I'm not against it, because if you're like a trust fund person, I think there are various scenarios where it makes sense. Definitely didn't make sense for us. And then I think us not being merged these past 2 years, like, it just hasn't been, like, we don't, like, people have asked, like, we don't split things 50-50, but we also don't monitor. Like, I can't explain it. Like, we both pay the mortgage 50-50. You're not like, oh, you didn't pay for the last meal. You know what I mean? Like, we don't keep track of. It's just like, oh yeah, I got this one. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have seen couples like Venmo each other for stuff, which that definitely weirds me out. No offense if you're one of those people. If you're just dating, maybe that does make a little sense. We never did that. Maybe I should have been sending her some Venmos. Luckily,
some Venmo requests or Venmos?
Requests.
Yeah, some Venmos. Yeah. Please send me the Venmos.
Requests for dinners. But
no, that would be weird. It doesn't have to be.
But again, see, that's how we view things versus other. Like, that to us is weird. Like, if I would have taken her to dinner and then sent her a Venmo or like got coffee, but I've seen people do it, so I know people do it. So I'm not calling you crazy.
Who did it?
I mean, I've seen multiple. I mean, if you jump on Venmo, you see people do it all the time.
Oh, that's how Zach spends his time.
I just check out who doesn't trust who out there. Who's looking for their way out. Do whatever the heck you want. But that, to us, mentally would have been weird. And yeah, I mean, that is a scenario you said. Like, so if someone, like, if we didn't meet, and if I came from this, like, crazy, wealthy, well-known family, and then I'm worried that you're just like a gold digger and you're again, or vice versa. This is not a gender thing. Like, so if Clancy came from, like, I have people out there would say that.
Just say your scenarios. You don't have to flip it.
Well, you know, there's crazy people out there. So if Clancy came from a wealthy family and I was trying to, people was wondering if I was trying to leech onto that, like, then yeah, like that would make sense. We've always been somewhat peers. I've made more than her at sometimes. She's made more than me the last couple of years. So it's like we've had different times where we've both been making more money, XYZ. So maybe we're just lucky that we felt somewhat in the same, like,
yeah,
we're
like,
we weren't taking, no one was taking advantage of one another.
That is true.
So sure, because we were lucky in that sense, I don't want to judge other people for maybe not feeling that same way. Because obviously, if it were much different, maybe it would be different. There you go. Sign prenups if you want to. Send Venmos if you want to.
Do whatever you want. No, but I feel like it's good.
I don't care what you do.
I feel like it's good. I feel like the finances, it's truly like we are, especially with Decker, like we are a family. We are working together.
Yeah.
I just think it's like actually just good for our relationship.
No, I mean, I think it is too. We should have done this a while ago, but no, we did.
And the reason we haven't, simply laziness.
Oh, yeah, it's just been low on the totem pole of things we need to accomplish in our lives.
If you would have told me it took us 2 years to do this, I would have been like, because from the day we met, we both like, you ask each other these like questions, philosophical questions, and we said, yeah, heck yeah, and I cannot believe it took us this long to do it.
I mean, I think that goes back to kind of just how we've operated. Like, if I was only paying for everything, then I would have eventually got to the place of like being like, okay, we're doing this because this is just driving me nuts, or vice versa. So
it's always you.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's not the case, people. So yeah, I think because we've both been paying for things, it's not been a big deal. Because why would it be a big deal? But now it does make sense though. It's going to be easier now to actually like talk to each other, like on family decisions, like, what are we going to put into the house? What are we putting to retirement?
Decker.
How much do we want to, for his education eventually? And how much do we want to have in savings total?
And how do you feel about switching over? Oh, it says Chase on the back. Switching over to the Big Blue.
Chase. I've been Fifth Third, and they're a local company, so I've tried to be loyal.
Zach was already complaining.
All right. Yeah.
Allow me to remind you that nut butter toast exists, and it is like the best thing in the world. Obviously, this is not revolutionary, but it has just been like the perfect little like after dinner snack for me, a little dessert, if you will, lately. And I'm obsessed. And this is, you guys know I can't have peanuts, but this is sunflower butter, which is a fairly recent discovery. I had no idea this existed. I haven't had peanut butter in so many years, since 7th grade to be exact. But from what I remember, it literally tastes the same to me. So I have been loving this. Don't mind the paper plate, by the way. Honestly, all of our plates are dirty right now in the dishwasher, which is not a bad thing. We have been eating in lately, which we are very proud of ourselves. This is everything. But I think I'm just going to have a chill little Southern Charm night, possibly, at least until Zach is done giving Decker his bottle, because Zach is unfortunately not a charmer, which is just, I don't even know how you couldn't be a charmer. So when he comes down, we'll find something together. But hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.